Hey YouTube, Jeff again with Forever Clean Mobile Detail. Today's topic will be dealing with certain customers, certain things they would say, things they would do. Such as, I had a customer probably 13 years ago, maybe, somewhere along that line. What he told me was, hey, I have multiple cars, do you do discounts? Me, really not thinking, could have been longer than 13 years ago, hey, I have 5 cars, I would like for you to do them, what kind of deal can you give me? Me not thinking, excited that he's going to give me these cars, I discounted the first one. He never called back. Lesson number 1. And I even gave him a call back. Never heard from the guy. So when someone says we have multiple cars, charge them the full price on the first one. As the other ones come in, you discount, and that's how you leave it. Once you get into haggling and bartering with your price, you just lost. It's okay if you're more than what someone wants to pay. I get it. I get that all the time. I get people, you too expensive. What are you judging that off of? Have you called anyone else? If you have, what were they offering you for what you're asking? Number 2, try not to give a price sight unseen. I've shot myself in the foot with that before. You give a price where it starts at, you get there, the car is a lot worse. So me, I take the extra time, depends on where it's at, drive out, look at the car. For the simple fact, if you was to call me, prime example, you have a 2015 Honda Pilot. And I say, okay, Miss Jones, Mr. Jones, what would you like to have done? Number 1, listen to the customer. Hear them out, kind of interview them. Have the car ever been detailed before? If it has, when was the last time? Things of that. You need to know this because it'll kind of give you an idea what the car is going to look like. And if they say yes, are they new in the area? What happened to the old detail? It's okay to ask certain questions. And one thing I do know, when you're talking to a customer over the phone, over looking at the car, there's 2 different conversations. When you're there looking at the car in front of the customer, there's concerns that they're going to point out. What about this stain? What about this scratch? Can you get this out? Can you get that out? Normally in a conversation over the phone, you don't get that. So I tell people, and they respect it. Is it possible I can get your address? And when is your availability for me to come out and look at the car or the truck? Also, this gives you an idea where you'll be working at, where you'll be setting up at. Where can you do the car? Is there enough room? Because I drive trailers, I have vans and trailers. So I need to make sure I have enough room to back up, pull up, set up. A lot of guys use vans. Some of you guys use out of your cars, which is great. I mean, you get the job done. But if you go out there prior to doing the vehicles, you will see the area where you can set up at, which I found out to be very helpful for me. Sometimes I have these long, curvy driveways. I don't pull in them. I take the time and back in so I can pull out on the main road. But yeah, when you get to these customers, listen to them and listen to them. If you have a minivan that's kind of, that's almost like a soccer mom. They have kids. And listen to them. Listen to the concerns about certain stains. Now, what I do know on these lighter stains, such as some of these light stains, not stains, I'm sorry. The truck next to me kind of threw me off. When you have light interiors such as beige, silver gray, sometimes chocolate or coffee or soda, you cannot remove the stain. I often get, when I'm done, oh, you didn't get the stain out. I tell people sometimes the stain will come out, sometimes it won't. Doesn't mean it's not clean. It's just that chemical overpowered the dye that's in the material. Especially if it's dark, and sometimes it's hard to remove. Kool-Aid, juices the kids have, it's just hard to remove. So sometimes really sit down and talk to your customers what you can and can't do. You can definitely make it look a lot better. Because the stain didn't come out doesn't mean it's not clean. Get to know your customers. Ladies and gentlemen, hear them out. Talk to them. And you'll find out more than you probably imagine by talking to them. Sometimes, how long they had the car. Like I say, if the car's ever been done before. Birthdays, send them, birthday card. You can go to the dollar store and buy gift cards. Not gift cards, cards right in it. Thank you. I appreciate your business. Every card that I detail, I give more than what the customer asks for. Guess why? They didn't have to call me. They could have used anyone else. This is my way of giving back, showing my appreciation by giving and doing more. You said you want a car wash. I've had a lady that want an interior only. Finish the interior, wash the car. Wow, I didn't ask for that. Man, this is, I appreciate your business. It doesn't hurt to give more. What is it going to hurt? That can send her back. She would come back. If not, she would definitely tell a friend or a neighbor. Wow, I asked for the interior, he washed it. Or you asked for the exterior wash, wax, and you vacuum the interior. You don't have to do a deep vacuum, but make it look presentable, better than where you received it. Give the car back better than you received it. I've done that, I do that, and it's not for a tip, to show them that I appreciate them. You didn't have to call me, you could have called anyone else. So with this here, it's basically, and always, stay humble. The attitudes, the smart mouth that I've heard people on Facebook tell me or tell others how they speak to customers. What made you get up that morning and figure you could talk to someone that way? I'm going to respect you, and I'm going to want that back. I need that back. I'm going to come to you, yes ma'am, no sir, because I want that. And it's not hard to be nice. To me, that makes me feel good that I can be nice and help the next person out. So again, I can ramble on and on about the detailing industry. I'm going to try to give you guys a video every day, and it will be something different every day because I have so much in me to give. Like I say, 41 years I've been detailing. I've seen a lot. Lots has changed since the late 70s up until now. Yeah. I got into it my two older brothers would come to the house and they would wash and wax their vehicles. I used to take their chemicals and clean my bicycle. Yes, I did. So I had love for cars for years. It's always the transformation that you can do to a vehicle and feel proud about it, that's what you've done. So again, I'm sitting in traffic, 95 South is shut down, bad accident. I know that has nothing to do with cars again. But I'm looking at all these cars. Let me show you guys. That's money. Now, just think, if I had my van and trailer, look at all the advertisement I'm getting. Something I mentioned in the last video. If you have a vehicle and it's lettered or wrapped and you're not working, get in your vehicle and just drive around. You may think it's not helping or working. It will. Someone sees it. Someone's going to need you. So, just do it. That's part of advertising for yourself, promoting your business. You don't feel like you're not productive. Get in the vehicle and just drive. Drive slow. Take alternate routes to get to and from your house or to your shop. Let people see what you have. I've had a lady where I used to park my vehicle. She would see it and she'd say, oh, I'll get the number, I'll get the number, I'll get the number, because she constantly seen one of my trailers sitting somewhere. When I moved it, she panicked because she thought I would always keep it there. So one day she was driving and she had her kids with her. She made her kids, once she arrived home, she had her kids to drive back and try to catch me to get my number. People assume that you're going to always be around or they'll see your number because you leave it somewhere. It's easy to say, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. Or like she kept saying, she's going to call me, she's going to call me, she's going to call me, because I left it in one spot. And what I was doing, because I have two trailers, I would go to different businesses and say, hey, can I park my trailer here? And I would leave both of them there to get business. I would leave it there, people would write down the number. Oh, wow, like right now, I leave one of my trailers sitting at Home Depot. I want to say in a month, at least 5 people to inquire. So when I leave it there, I go to another business and ask them, can I leave my vehicle here? And I get hits. So that's another way of advertising and getting business. There's multiple ways, but a lot of times getting into the business, some people are nervous. How do I get business? It's easier than you think, but sometimes it takes something to get your juices flowing. I can give you a tip and you can take that to the next level. Sometimes you just need that spark, that one thing that someone say to you to take you to the next level that'll work. I deal with a lot of people that have their own businesses. Don't have to be detailers. Because whatever another business owner does can help you. Also keeps you positive. It also lets you know you're not the only one when it comes to slow times. When things get slow, you feel like you want to give up. You want to know, why did you get into it? There was plenty of times I'm like, why did I get into this? Then I step back and I look at it. What am I supposed to do with all this equipment? And, turn around going the other way, it's even longer. I'm halfway there. You're not in this alone. When it comes to people with the car washes, people with plumbing, people does power washing, everybody have slow time. So if you keep some of them in your circle, they'll let you know you're not in it alone. and to keep you motivated. You need I hear a lot of people saying a mentor. I mentor a lot of guys. Ah, boy. Ron, I see you out there. June Jones, I see him. Like I say, I'm bad with fly B. I mean, there's a lot of guys I see out here that I sporty. I see you out here. Get a good networking group. You know, all of us out here network. Keep people motivated. Because, like I say, there's times even when you're working for someone, you want to give up. Even though that's the easy route, you want to give up. So don't give up. Find someone to talk to in business. Because one thing about it, people that work for others, and you being a business owner, you really don't have much to talk about. Because they talking about how bad their day was, their boss this, their boss that. And the conversation you're going to give them, oh man, I had to go do A, B, C, X, Y, and Z. They can't relate because they don't own their business. They working for someone. So, you know, things like that. Yeah, it's hot. I'm being real out here in this detailing world. With that, just, again, please stay humble. You got to stay hungry in this game. I've never seen Bill Gates say, I'm a billionaire and I want to give up, I want to stop. You never have enough money in your account. You never. Some people do enough just for that week or that month. Prime example, I would hire a couple of guys, they will work for a couple of weeks, a month, get enough money and you don't hear from them. And then when their money is low, they call you back. I tell them I gave you a chance. I normally don't give 2 chances. You know, I sat down, I showed you, I trained you. This is what I need, this is what I expect. And I also tell my employees, I do not ask you to do anything that I haven't and won't do. So if I ask you to do something, you know, it's because I've done it and I still do it. I buy all these tools, you will see. And I'm not the only one that have multiple tools to get the job done. I try to make the job fun. I make it easy, not hard. Sometimes I buy gadgets. When you buy gadgets, it makes the job fun, easier. Some people don't mind playing with certain toys, getting the job done. So it's not actually like a job. I got into detailing not because of the money, because when I got into it, there wasn't any money. There wasn't. Give you guys an example. When I actually started Forever Clean, I was working for a dealership, doesn't exist anymore. It was called Klein Tyson Toyota. They had the dealership and they had a recon shop. And what happened was, they would pay me, and what happened was my supervisor gave me the paperwork. He gave me the paperwork and said, hey, Jeff, take this up to the dealership so, you know, they can have our checks ready for Friday. So I take the paperwork up, and I promise you guys, I was in the middle of the parking lot, and I looked at the paperwork. I looked at the dealership, I looked at the recon shop. I looked at the dealership, I looked at the recon shop. Recon shop, excuse me. And what I saw, it hurt so bad, I walked away. Let me tell you, we talking early 90s. Mind you, this was probably the 6th or the 7th dealership or detail shop I had worked for. And they was actually giving me back then $20 a car. They were still charging people back then $200 and $300 for a detail. I was making $40 a day. The cars were so bad, and we didn't have the machinery we had now. I used to go to every place I would work, and next time I do a video, if I'm near my trailer, I'm gonna show you my Black & Decker buffer. Black & Decker don't make buffers anymore. Mine was a Black & Decker buffer, and it had heavy duty on it. I used to put my initials on it so no one would steal it. I still have it to this very day. So what happened was, I saw that. I took the paperwork up there. I went to lunch. I never went back. It hurt that bad. I tell anybody, even to this very day, if I'm gonna make that small of amount of money, I'd rather do it for myself. Because I was making them money. Out of $250 to $300, you couldn't at least give me $75 back then? It still would take it at least 4 hours or more to do a car, because back then we was pulling out seats to clean the cars and clean them good. So it was actually 4 hours. So I was making $40 a day. I quit, walked away, sat down, still didn't plan. I got into detailing because I knew how to detail. I didn't get into it because I knew how to run a business. That's what hurt me in the long run. I was a detailer. So I took the little bit of money that I had after I quit. I went to lunch, never went back, never went and got the check. I went to my local court office with the name of Forever Clean. It was available. I put that down. They put in a license form, which I still have it. I found it a couple of days ago. My next video, I'm going to show you the date. It says something 95. I still had a couple of little jobs that I would do until I actually did it. And I've been doing it ever since. But mind you, I've been detailing even before that happened. Stick to it. It's going to be some ups, it's going to be some downs. That's one of the things that I stuck to the most. Wouldn't regret it. Only thing that I would do different, I would learn business. And two, I would have someone to grow with me as I progress in life, in detailing. Because I didn't. And when you have people that want to work for you, hey, are you hiring? They're expecting to get a certain amount a day. And I tell them, can you produce that type of work? Well, I can't make that. I need to make a living. I understand that, but you got to crawl before you walk. I didn't get all this equipment overnight. It took me, like I say, from 94, 95 to get everything that I have. So on that note, I'm going to get off of here. But I will be back tomorrow with another video. And I'm going to be more organized with what I say. I'm going to have some more to give you guys that you can work on and work with. But again, hit the like button, subscribe, share. I will be definitely coming back. Starting to feel a little better in front of this camera. I guess as long as I got these shades on and I don't have to go back and listen to myself. There's a lot of information inside this brain. I've had people tell me, hey, you could do a couple of books with the knowledge you have. I tell the average person, you sit down and talk to me, my mind is all over because I have tons of ideas, what I can do, what I want to do. But again, being a one-man army, and to show you guys, I'm on my phone, and here's my other phone. It's hard to do it. I'm doing this with the phones. I wear multiple hats. I have this hat, I have the hat as a salesman, the sales rep. I'm out there doing the invoice. I'm doing everything. So guys, don't give up. Like I say, the next video will be more on how to do certain things. Don't be afraid to trust yourself. Step out there. Life is about chances. You don't know what can happen until you get out there and you try. So don't be afraid. Never let anyone say what you can't do. I've heard that plenty of times. You can't do this. This won't happen. Started with one trailer, end up with two. Had a couple people ask me, will I franchise? I'm not that good with business. I would love to. Thinking about doing training classes, me coming to you guys and on your playing grounds and teach you how to detail on one of your customers' cars. How to wet sand, how to use a rotary, the proper way of doing things. Not saying you guys are not. How to truly look professional in front of your customer and while you're out there. And, you know, just don't be afraid to trust yourself. Try. You know, no one can do it better than you. Again, Jeff with Forever Clean Mobile Detail. It may be this evening, another phone call. Maybe this evening I may come with another one. I can sit down and really think about some good information to give you guys. I don't want you guys thinking I'm just on here just running my mouth. Sometimes I got to stay focused on what I want to tell you guys, the information I want to share. So again, it may be this evening, but definitely tomorrow, new video. Have a good evening, everybody.